Hello, good morning. You are welcome to my channel. This is the gathering of entrepreneurs where we gather to sharpen ourselves for our future. I want you to learn to say this to yourself as often as you can. I am a solution to my generation. I am a solution to my generation. This is very critical for you to shaping your mindset, your thinking, so that you are conscious of the fact that you ought to think always as an entrepreneur. Today, we'll be looking at the first step of becoming a successful entrepreneur. A successful entrepreneur. So, we'll be looking at the first step, which is self-discovery. Self-discovery. You do not attempt to solve the problem of others, problems for others, problems for the society, when you are not able to identify your core, identify the you. There is a very critical need to consciously take steps to identify yourself and have a clear identity of yourself. That way, you will have a clear pathway of how to go about solving the problems of the world, solving problems for other individuals around you. This is very, very important. You need to know clearly what your strengths are, what your weaknesses are, what opportunities are around you, what are your motivations and desires, what are your behavioral patterns, how do you behave, what are your values, what are your beliefs. This is very, very instrumental to you as a person. And if we do not take the time to find out what are my weaknesses, what are my strengths, we may find ourselves taking ventures that do not align with our strengths. They may be opportunities, but what we need to achieve such goals, we may be weak in such areas. So we find ourselves taking on a venture that is not in our area of strength, rather in our area of weakness, but because we didn't take the time to find out what these weaknesses are so that we'll improve on them, work on them, we'll find ourselves stranded along the way, burning out, and instead of having the strength and the desire needed to succeed, we'll find ourselves stressed out and burned out along the way, which others view as failure. But the actual truth is that we didn't take the time to find out what our weaknesses are, what our strengths are, what our opportunities are around us, what our beliefs, what our value systems are, what motivates us, what informs the way we decide, and what are our desires, what are the behavioral patterns around us. This will guide us to take on ventures that will align with where we have developed these various issues around us. As we identify these issues about ourselves, it helps us to know what about us that are our drivers. Are the things that drive us internal to us, or are they external to us? We really need to develop drivers that are internal to us, so that even when it looks like we are not successful, we know why exactly we are embarking on the entrepreneurial journey in that certain field or aspect, so that we don't have reason to give up. So that the issue of consistency, the issue of resilience is not what we'll learn, but because we are internally driven, we have a personal reason for why we are doing what we are doing, not because of external factors or drivers, which are reward, recognition, money, and all. They are not bad in themselves. But if we embark on an entrepreneurial journey based on external factors, which are money based, recognition, and rewards around us, if those rewards don't come as soon as we desire them, if the money doesn't come as soon as we want it, if we are not recognized as soon as we would have loved to, we discover that we'll lose interest, we'll lose the passion, we'll lose the drive for pursuing and ensuring that we succeed in that entrepreneurial journey we may have begun. That is why it's very critical to know that our reason for beginning entrepreneurial journey is internal, and this is why we are saying that entrepreneurship begins on the inside. Entrepreneurship begins internally before it is manifested, before we reach the stages of execution and seeing results and the world celebrating us, so that we don't start this journey because we want to be celebrated necessarily. But truth is, if we start from the right perspective with the right drivers in place, we will eventually be celebrated. We will eventually have the freedom we seek as entrepreneurs. We will eventually have the money, the finances, the financial freedom, the financial stability that we seek as entrepreneurs. But our drive must be first internally and firmly established on knowing who we are. Another point for why it is critical to know who we are is to identify those weaknesses and know how to work on them. For instance, I am from a part of the world where people believe so much that you don't talk to me in a certain way, you don't talk to me disrespectfully, regardless of what I am going to benefit from you, I won't accept that. That will definitely be a weakness in the field of entrepreneurship. You have a solution, you want to bring a solution to a people that will solve their problem, but you need to know how to communicate with these people. When they talk back to you, because they don't understand what you are saying, they may respond in a way that is uncomfortable to you. But if the inherent weakness in you is that once somebody doesn't respond to me the way I like, I give it back to you. Don't talk to me like that. I'm trying to help you after all. Am I doing this for myself? I'm doing this for you. But you need to know that to bring a solution to a people, you need to know how to communicate with them. You need to know how to present this solution in a way that is acceptable to them. So if they don't understand and they respond in a way you do not like, you don't also give it back to them. You say, don't talk to me like that. If you have to talk to me like that, then I won't do this, and you walk away. That becomes a weakness on your part that you need to develop. Learn how to communicate. Learn how to present your ideas articulately. Learn how to make people understand the solution that you are bringing to the table. That is what will ensure your success as an entrepreneur. But it has to be from within you. So if it is something that is common in your area, in your community where you grew up from, and you don't work on that and turn that into a strength, you will find yourself losing. And that is why it is said that successful entrepreneurs are not just externally motivated, but they are internally anchored. They are properly anchored on what they have known about themselves and strengths they have developed. Now, how do we go about trying to know about ourselves and know what it is about us that constitutes a strength or a weakness, as the case may be? Trying to find out about what we believe and all of that. We need to be sincere and honest with ourselves. So we need to sit back and ask yourself questions that reveal you to yourself. Be honest. What do I like to do? What have I started before now and didn't succeed? Why didn't I succeed? There are several questions that you can honestly ask yourself. Honestly ask yourself these questions and take the time. Make up your mind every day, 10 to 15 minutes. Sit down with yourself, ask yourself these questions and journal. Write these things down sincerely, whether you feel comfortable with them or not. Just journal them, write them down, and yourself will be opened to you, so that you realize which areas are areas of strength and you develop them, and you discover which areas are areas of weakness, and you know how to maximize those areas of weakness to ensure your success in entrepreneurship. Also, it is important to know what influences you. If you're not taking a critical look at what determines your actions, you may not know what is influencing your actions or decisions. Is it your family that is the reason why you take or you are going to take a certain decision? Are you seeking validity? Are you seeking acceptance? Is it your society? Is it because of cultural norms that you find yourself responding or reacting in certain ways? You need to ask these sincere questions and write these things down so that they guide what you do. If you are doing anything because of family, because of society, because of this, some of which you may not be aware, that is the reason why you behave in the way you behave. But if you sit down and take these steps, this will be revealed to you, and then it becomes clear what you must do to take responsibility for yourself. We need to consciously do a SWOT analysis of ourselves. This is encompassing in the whole process. SWOT analysis is trying to determine what your strengths are, what your weaknesses are, what your opportunities are, and what are the threats around you. This is the whole process. You go back and journal, like we are emphasizing. Journal what your strengths are. You are consistent. You are naturally a consistent person. You find yourself diligent and ensuring that you achieve certain goals. You don't easily give up. You don't procrastinate. These are strengths. At the same time, these can also be weaknesses to other persons. You discover that, oh, I wanted to do this yesterday, I'm not doing it. Okay, I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it tomorrow. You discover that you start something and you are not able to finish it. You are not able to be consistent. These are weaknesses. You need to be sincere with yourself and honest with yourself. Count the things you have wanted to do. I wanted to do this, I'll do it tomorrow, I'll do it tomorrow, I'll do it tomorrow. Be sincere with yourself, and then you take steps to correcting them, because with procrastination, you are not likely to succeed as an entrepreneur. With inability to stay consistent and achieve goals, you are not likely to be successful as an entrepreneur. That is why you need to know this about yourself, so that you correct where there needs to be correction, you strengthen where there needs to be more effort for excellence. Next is our belief systems. We have talked about this before. Your society, where you grow up from, your cultures, all of that. Take the time to find out, are there limiting beliefs around me? Have I grown to believe that I don't have the capacity to succeed at something? I don't have the capacity to start something and finish it properly. This can be implanted in us by where we grow from. Maybe growing up, somebody kept telling you you are not good at anything, you cannot achieve anything. It's not your fault. It's not your fault. That has become a part of you, and you need to consciously work at it. These things don't get corrected by ignoring them, but they get corrected by identifying them and taking definite actions to ensure that you overcome this. You need to take a step of transforming your mind, which is a step we will talk about in more details in a later step. We have not asked you to stay tuned to this channel. Please subscribe if you have not subscribed to this channel before. If you have, congrats for being a part of this journey. Please ensure you ask others to also join us as we journey on this path of entrepreneurship. to bring a solution to our world, to make our world a better place, to make society a better place. Ask others to also view this content. If you want to make any contribution to all we are doing here, you are most welcome. Drop a comment in the comment section, and we'll always look at it and include whatever you want us to, you think will add more value to this channel and to this content we are bringing to you. Thank you very much for being a part of this journey as we continue to the next step of becoming a successful entrepreneur. Like